Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Tifa Ade and my student ID is 2301921. And today I will do a presentation about my final project in course Introduction to Stylistics, taught by Mr. Rifki Octaviandri, SPDM Home. And my project having a title is An Analysis of Figurative Language in the Song Jentaka by For Revenge. In this presentation, I will discuss my stylistic analysis of the song Jentaka, and the focus of my study is figurative language used in the lyrics and how these stylistic features help build the emotional meaning of the song by applying Perrin's 1969 theory of figurative language. And I aim to show how the songwriters uses creative language to express inner conflict, sadness, and emotional pressure behind a cheerful face. Next, we move to our introductions. I chose this song called Jantaka because it combines strong emotional expression with theme that many listener can relate to, like the idea of smiling and entertaining others while struggling. Using stylistic is helpful because it examines how language is intentionally shaped to create certain effects, and this study aims to identify various types of figurative language in the lyrics and interpret how each one contributes to the emotional message of the song. Next, we move to our descriptions. The song Jentaka was actually released in 2022 as a part of the album called Perayaan Patah Hati Babak Satu. And the lyric describes someone who performs joy and comedy while silently carrying emotional wounds. And the use of this Indonesian combined with some English and a little bit of Arabic line, like it adds a layer of meaning and cultural context. Although the lyrics are not long, they are crafted in a poetic way and making them ideal for stylistic analysis because every line contains symbolic or emotional weight. Next, we move to theoretical framework. My analysis is guided by Lawrence Perrin's figurative language theory from his 1969 book Sound and Sense. Perrin explains that figurative language is used when writers want to go beyond literal meaning and create deeper emotional or imaginative effects. The main types I apply in this study include metaphor, simile, personification, antithesis, and hyperbole. And these categories help identify how the songwriter uses comparisons, exaggerations, and contrasts to express feelings that literal language cannot fully capture. Next, to make it short, we will do the analysis or review. Well, actually, as a whole, Jentaka present a very strong contrast between outward happiness and inner suffering. Like the lyrics repeatedly show the performer acting cheerful, laughing, and entertaining others, and yet privately, struggling with exhaustion, disappointment, and loneliness. And this contrast that we are talking about, it becomes clearer and more powerful when we examine the figurative language embedded in the lines. It's each stylistic device work together to build a layered emotional narrative. First, let's take a look in the metaphor. We have lyrics quote yang kusuguhkan ritme jenaka. Well, in this metaphor, emotional pain is compared to something that can be served or offered similar to how a performer offers entertainment to an audience. The phrase ritme jenaka or a playful rhythm suggests that the character transforms personal suffering into something that appears fun or light-hearted. And this metaphor emphasizes how deeply the character hides their pain, turning it into a performance rather than expressing it openly. And next, we have personification. The example is, dan biarkan dirinya tertawa lepas. And this line gives human characteristics to the laughter, treating it almost as if it's a person who can feel free or unrestrained. And by personifying laughter, the songwriter shows that the character forces themselves to laugh even when the laughter feels empty and detached from their true emotion. And this device highlights the attempt to maintain a cheerful role while emotionally breaking inside. And the next slide is antithesis. Example is mari bermain and tak peduli kepedihanku. And this is a strong example of antithesis because it plays two opposite ideas next to each other, like the invitation to play or have fun and the mention of my pain. And the contrast creates a sense of emotional irony, like it emphasizes that the character is performing joy while ignoring or suppressing their own suffering. Well, the antithesis helps reveal the central conflict of the song, like between appearance and reality. And next we have hyperbole. The example is, aku terbiasa menyendiri. The line exaggerates how accustomed the character is to being alone. Like while people may sometimes be lonely, saying that they are used to loneliness implies the emotional effect. And this hyperbole reflects the intensity of characters' isolation and suggests that loneliness has become a constant part of their life, and it adds emotional weight to the portrayal of sadness. And next, we have simile or implied. It said, wahai jentaka yang berlari. Although the lyric does not use like or as, it suggests an implied comparison. Like the running jentaka symbolizes someone who keeps moving, performing, and entertaining without rest. And this creates an image of endless motion and emotional exhaustion. And this implied simile helps show that the character feels trapped in a continuously cycle of pretending to be cheerful. Now we have come to the conclusions. Well, figurative language in Jentaka plays a major role in shaping its emotional meaning. Like through Perrin's 1969 theory, we understand how the lyrics use comparisons, exaggerations, and contrast to reveal the character's inner struggle. And this song, like the song becomes more than entertainment. It becomes a reflection of how people, like perform happiness while carrying unseen pain. It's very interesting, and that's why I chose these songs because, like they are the one who entertain us. Maybe they are the one who really, really needs help and entertain itself. So, without making it more longer, I would like to say thank you for your attention. Hopefully that this presentation will get me an A. Well, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.